points today. First, we have undeniable evidence now that President Obama, yes, President Obama, carried out a modern-day coup on a sitting president of the United States, and he did it out in the open. According to new reporting from Seymour Hersh this weekend, the plan went into action after President Biden had some kind of a major medical emergency on July 17th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Biden was then whisked away after local emergency rooms were alerted that the president was coming in. Instead, they threw him on Air Force One and flew at rocket speed to hide in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. That way they could keep the secret from reporters. And that was the breaking point, though. And that was the breaking point moment for his boss, President Obama. Now, according to Hersh, President Obama called on Sunday, July 21st to tell him the bad news. Mr. Biden, you're out of a job. You're being replaced. What about the voters? Oh, that didn't matter. Obama had already decided. According to Hersh, quote, Obama called Biden after breakfast and said, here's the...
Can you believe this, people? Obama? Yes, Obama. Woo! When I was growing up in the farmland, we'd say, woo! Yee doggy. Man, I'm telling you, news is traveling fast. So yeah, Obama did a coup. Why would Obama do that? We got all these members of Congress and, you know, we got Speaker of the House. Why is Obama always in the mix? You ever ask yourself that? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Friend Shai Pierce, and welcome again to my channel. It is July 29th. Happy Monday, 3:27 p.m. We have a rainy Monday. And yeah, they say it's raining in the camp of Joe Biden. Now I just had to do my fact check, you know? And let's just go there. This is on YouTube. Matter of fact, this redacted video came out 7 hours ago. I'm late to the party, right? But hey, and this came out a day ago. Check this out. Same thing. So yeah, Instagram, right? Instagram. It says what? Japsman on Instagram. Investigative journalist Seymour Hersh suggests that Barack Obama threatened Biden with the 25th Amendment, claiming he had Kamala's approval to force him out of the 2024 race. Hersh states that Obama was deeply involved in the alleged coup and contacted Biden after his incident in Las Vegas. I went over reports this week with a senior official in Washington who helped me fashion an account of a White House in complete disarray, Hersh said. Obama called Biden after breakfast on July 20th and said, here's the deal. We have Kamala's approval to invoke the 25th Amendment, a senior Washington official told Hersh. Wow. And here it is here too. This is out of what? Belgrade. Oh yeah. We can go overseas, right? Reports, did Obama Harris threaten Biden with the 25th Amendment removal if he didn't quit 2024 race? Did U.S. President Joe Biden drop out of the 2024 race after President Barack Obama, after former President Barack Obama, Vice President Kamala Harris, and get this, top Democratic powerful players, including former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, threatened to remove him from office via the 25th Amendment of the Constitution. The 25th Amendment allows for the Vice President and other cabinet and senior level federal officials to remove a sitting U.S. President if they are unable to perform the duties of the office. Veteran Gates investigative reporter Seymour Hersh posted a story July 27th saying Biden quit 2024 race against former President Donald Trump and endorsed Harris after being threatened with removal from office amid concerns from wealthy donors, voters, and Democratic power brokers about his advanced age and ability to service a second term. Obama called Biden after breakfast on July 20th. Same thing, over and over again. So I'm still asking myself, as you guys are asking yourself, all this going on, did he have a health scare earlier in the year where they, maybe talked to Biden's doctor and they were monitoring the situation? How did Obama find out so quick and make that decision? And he got on the phone and called everybody. I said everybody. Colin Rugg, here you go. Investigative journalist Seymour Hersh suggests Barack Obama threatened Biden with the 25th Amendment. Let's see what else we got. Let me see. Obama plan was not to look. Let's get some. Obama called Biden after breakfast, right? But check this out. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Hakeem Jeffries were reportedly directly involved. Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and Hakeem Jeffries all were involved. Obama's plan was to not immediately endorse Kamala, but it was clear that she would get the nod, and it was determined that her being a prosecutor would help in debates. Obama had an agenda, and he wanted to see it through the end, and he wanted to have control over who would be elected. Do you see that? Obama had an agenda, really, and he wanted to seek it through to the end, and he wanted to have control over who would be elected. You still got to ask yourself, why? What's with this power grab, y'all? Didn't this happen back in there with Hubert Humphrey? Or should I put it like that? I think it was the young Kennedy that got killed, and Humphrey got in. Kind of not the same way, but I don't know. Put in the comment section, remember that story back in the day. So what else we got here? We have the Gateway Pundit, another news source that I utilize. Gateway Pundit. Seymour Hersh, Barack Obama forced Joe Biden to end re-election bid by threatening 25th Amendment. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Joe Biden spoke at the NAACP in Las Vegas, July 16th, saying that Kamala Harris is not only a great VP, she could be president, in a speech that was so gaffed, filled with White House had to issue 9 corrections to the official transcript, as Cassandra McDonald reported on TGP. The day after the train wreck NAACP speech, Mr. Biden was scheduled to speak at the UNDOS U.S. Convention July 17th, but was instead whisked away to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, with an alleged, you know what that is, diagnosis. Air Force One was flying so fast that I was shaky in my seat. Wow. Emily Gooden reported in the Daily Mail, who was on board Air Force One. You know, I covered so many stories. I wonder if this is part of the research. I forgot whose YouTube I was watching, and this was a guy, black guy. I don't know if it's the same situation, but he was talking about how the airspace was guarded, if that's the way. How many of you guys remember that? The airspace was clear, whereby no other planes were allowed to go in a certain path, which led to Biden's residence. Anybody hear about that? Put in the comment section. I think this is all connected. I think this is all connected. So yeah, they were covering this up from the general public. And he went on out there, and Obama got together with all the king's horses and all the king's men, and boom, now we got Kamala. Right. Wow. And the Air Force One was flying so fast that I was shaking in my seat. Emily Goodwin reported on the Daily, look at that, on the Daily Mail, shaking in my seat, she says. Wow. Trade table shook. Look at this. Trade table shook. Reporters held up their water glasses so they wouldn't spill. Most concerning, though, was that we had no idea what was going on or security reasons. There is no Wi-Fi on Air Force One, so we were cut off from the outside world, Gooden wrote. Reporters asked White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre for an update on Biden's condition twice, but were denied. Wow. It was not clear who made this decision to start the coup and remove Mr. Biden from public view. Citing intel sources, investigative reporter Seymour Hersh compared the events of July 17th to July 21st to the movie 7 Days in May about a coup in the USA. According to Hersh, the pressure to remove Biden came from big bucks, Democratic donors, who the New York Times reported July 12th were withholding around $90 million in pledged donations. Several wealthy donors publicly called on Biden to step aside. Wow, people. Isn't that something? Forbes reported, including billionaire Mark Pences, Christy Walton, Michael Novaretz, and Reed Hastings, while Mark Cuban has said Democrats should weigh replacements. Man. Alex Soros. It's time for us all to unite around Kamala Harris and beat Donald Trump. She is the best and most qualified candidate we have. Long live American dream. Wow. That purple she got on? And the black and white? Let's pause for the cause and think about Phoenicia. That's purple, y'all. That's purple. Burgundy, whatever you want to call it. And then black and white means you're playing both sides. Not going to talk about that. It's a blue, but I ain't going there. But this is definitely speaking. Allegedly. After Biden's return to Delaware, the White House told the public that Biden had, you know what, and would be in isolation. He was said to have upper issues, a runny nose, a cough, and was fatigued, Hersh writes. But Saturday, July 20th, former President Barack Obama was deeply involved, and there was talk that he would place a call to Biden. According to Hersh intel source, it was not clear whether Biden had been examined or just what happened to him in Las Vegas. The big three, the official said, referring to former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, Senate Majority Leader Charles Schumer, and House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries continue to be directly involved. On Sunday morning, the official told Hersh, with approval of Pelosi and Schumer, quote, Obama called Biden after breakfast and said, here's the deal. We have Kamala's approval to invoke the 25th Amendment. Wow. It was clear at this point, Hersh's source official said that Harris would get the nod, that is the support to run for the presidency in the November election. But Obama also made it clear, the official said, that he was not going to immediately endorse her, but the group had decided that her work as a prosecutor would help her deal with Trump in a debate. Wow, that should make you think. On Friday, the New York Post reported that Biden's quick endorsement of Kamala Harris was revenge on Barack Obama for pressuring him to step down, according to a source in the White House. Woo! And the plot thickens. Let me read that again. So they want us to believe, check this out. On Friday, New York Post reported that Biden's quick endorsement of Kamala Harris, it wasn't that quick, y'all, was revenge on Barack Obama for pressuring him to step down, according to a source in the White House. It was Joe's big blank you, the source said. Joe said, if I'm out, then I am endorsing her. Wow, Biden's endorsement of Harris was Joe truly knifing Obama and Pelosi in the back for making him stand down. A Democratic source said, told the New York Post. Are we done here? Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama did not endorse Harris until Friday, July 26th, which was reenacted for social media in a cheesy stage phone call. Oh boy, there you go, staged. See, look. Obama and former First Lady Michelle Obama did not endorse Harris until Friday, July 26th, which was reenacted for social media in a cheesy stage phone call. You know, people with all these twists and turns and soap opera moves, I'm wondering, did Biden just naturally have an issue? Hint, hint. Hello, did he naturally just have an issue? I'm just putting it out there, allegedly, or was it caused? Hey, with all this going on, you better ask that question. Seymour Hersh, because here's the deal. It appears that they really didn't want her, that is, the Obamas. What you think? Is that what you're getting from the story? It appears they didn't want her, the way this is written. So don't that make you think what I've been saying the last few days, that possibly a remote chance for Michelle to come on the scene? Well, hey, maybe even Hillary. Who knows? This ain't over, y'all. I say this ain't over. Seymour Hersh reported seems to indicate a pivotal role played by the deep state blob in the coup, as Biden's pick of Harris ran into obstruction from the intel community due to Harris' disdain for the work of the U.S. intelligence community. Harris is best known not to be especially interested in the president's daily brief, a highly classified summary of current intelligence that is prepared overnight by the Office of the Director of National Intelligence and delivered by hand to the most vital offices in Washington, including the Vice President, Hersh wrote. Wow, so Harris is known not to be especially interested in the president's daily briefs? Oh, are you kidding me? I hope that's not true. That means she's not always abreast of what's going on, y'all, if this is true. Oh my God, I was told, quote, I was told that Harris often showed little interest in reading the document and at some point asked the agency to stop delivering it to her. Now, as a presidential candidate, she is being kept up to date on all significant intelligence matters. See, we don't really know what's going on, people. I'm gonna put it to you like this. Because if my theory is right, that they're after her, this could be mixed with something, saying that this is how she really is, when really that's not really how she is. But if this gets out like this, then it's easier to choose somebody else because of what they're saying here of her so-called disinterest, her alleged disinterest. Check this out. The decision to oust Biden was made by the shadow behind the scenes puppet masters that seem to be running the country due the, quote, a series of increasingly negative polls on Mr. Biden's standing against Trump. If Harris did not pull it better polling numbers, it was agreed that if the polls did not continue to show her gaining traction, other options would be considered, including an open convention. Hersh was unable to learn if Harris was aware of such considerations, he wrote. Wow. Hersh's source told him that Barack Obama emerged as a strong man in the ouster of the man many still consider to be United States president. Obama the strong man? Obama, quote, had an agenda and he wanted to see it through to the end. And he wanted to have control over who would be elected. Baby. Woo-wee. This is too much for me. Let me see, am I at the end yet? After Harris seemed able to rally the increasingly desperate legacy media around her, Michael and Barack Obama? Who is Michael? I think that's a misprint. That's a misprint. That's a misprint. That's a misprint. Let's just say Michelle. Look at that. They put Michael. That should say Michelle. Michelle and Barack Obama announced their endorsement of Harris and told her over the phone in a stage event, TV event, that they would do all they could to campaign for her and to support her, Hersh wrote. Hersh indicates Harris may be brought down at any moment if she fails to perform against President Donald Trump. Read that again. Hersh indicates Harris may be brought down at any moment if she fails to perform against President Donald Trump. Like I told y'all, it ain't over with. And I'm holding to my theory. And my theory is that that hey girl phone call from Michelle Obama, shoot, baby, come on. She might be riding your coattails pretty soon and trying to get your job. I am Franchise Pierce. I am so glad I found this. You can just type this in though. This one is very, very thorough. Go to type in Gateway Pundit. Just type in Gateway Pundit in your Google search, and go from there. Seymour Hersh. Barack Obama forced Joe Biden to end re-election bid by threatening 25th Amendment after breakfast on Sunday. And this is today, July 29, 2024, 7:15 a.m. Tell me what you think. Man, can you believe this? And like I said, can we believe everything that, hey, Joe just all of a sudden something happened to him? Or was something made to happen to him, allegedly? Why is Obama in the middle of this? Why is Obama allegedly in the middle? Why is Obama allegedly want to be the kingmaker? Why he got to have all this clout? Was he monitoring Joe? Who was monitoring Joe? Was Jeffries monitoring Joe? Was the Speaker of the House monitoring Joe? Was there a cathedral of people, Nancy Pelosi? Just go down the road. What, he had everybody on speed dial in case they heard something? Then he kept it hush-hush? And I do believe it's that information that I had from last week, whereby not only the brother on YouTube, I forget his name, he was talking about how the airspace was left open and no planes could fly en route to Delaware. And then they saying in this newspaper article here, they had to hold their water glasses in the air. They was flying so fast. Come on, man. Woo! Baby, that's a movie scene. That's a movie scene. People, what you think? Did y'all hear about all this? Man, how do you really feel? Should Barack be the one handling all this? I mean, I get the 25th Amendment. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I get it. But how do we let the process, play out? Should Congress not have been involved? That's a good question. should the Speaker of the House and Congress should have been involved in making this decision? That's what I want to know. I'm not a constitutionalist. So tell me what you think. What is the line of authority, so to speak, as to who makes this, who brings this to the floor? Is it a committee along with the vice president, or should it just been Schumer, Obama, and Pelosi? I think it's a valid question. I'm Franchot Pearson. Put a thumbs up if you like what I'm saying. Support the channel. God bless.